So we are a few weeks in, and protests are still going on. And I think it is such a great thing that our voices are being heard. A lot of things has happened. They finally arrest all the officers that murdered George Floyd, which is amazing. We're still waiting for the officers to be fired and arrested when it comes to Breonna Taylor's killers. But with all that's being done, so I was just thinking, I'm like, you know what? I have to really, really go in deep. And I really have to start reading more books, just switch up my books because, honestly, the stuff that I read is really to help me with my profession. And there's nothing wrong with that, but I kind of, what's important to me right now is my profession, but it's also understanding our history. So I was thinking about ways of really trying to educate myself during this time, and one of the things that I thought about was reaching out to my brother, my older brother, that lives overseas. So I don't really see him much, but we talk as much as we can. And I reached out to him and I was just like, I know you have books. I know you have books. So I need some books. I need some books so I can understand exactly what is going on, so I can really, really know the history. Not saying that I don't know the history, but there were certain things that I was looking for that I needed answers. And I know my brother is like very knowledgeable when it comes to that stuff, and he reads a lot. So he was like the perfect person to ask that question. And I feel like a lot of people, not even just white people, because white people are right now, they are watching movies like The Help. Like The Help is really going to do something. But they're watching stuff and they're reading. But I also think as black people, we should also be educating ourselves about the history, not just for us, but so we can pass it along to other people and our kids. So I just wanted to share with you guys the books that he suggested. There we go. I started one of these books. He pretty much told me you can't read anything other than this particular book. So once you read this book, then you can read whatever book you want, but I'm going to give you a list of books. So I'm excited about that. And this book that I'm reading now, that's the book of all books. So let's get into it. Okay, so let's get into the books that I will be reading and that I am currently reading now. Wait, let me first by saying, please forgive my earrings. They're clicking. I know in the first part of the video you probably heard it, but I don't feel like taking them off. But anyways, let's get into it. So the first book is The Destruction of Black Civilization. It's basically giving you the understanding about the dynasties between races. It is from 4,500 BC to 2000 AD. So it gives you a clear understanding about Black civilization and about Black people. So I actually read some reviews on this book as well. They specifically said that for Black Americans, this book is so needed. And I already agreed with my brother, but I wanted to see what other people were talking about. So I went ahead and got this book. Luckily, the other books that I'm going to show have been in the family for a while. I just haven't gotten to a place to read them because I normally read self-help and business books. So I'm currently reading this, and so far so good. Let's get into the second book. So another book that's on my list is Black Fortunes. It's self-explanatory. It is pretty much the story of Black millionaires here in the States that made it out of slavery and made millions. So it's between 1830, I think. Yeah, 1830 to 1927. So I love business. I love reading about business. And I said, you know what, I'm going to get this book. And the other books that I have is books that we've already had around the house that I just need to dust off. It's American Founders. Well, this one is the American Founders. It's how people of African descent established freedom in the New World. This book right here, I thought was very interesting because it doesn't give like a profile of like let's say Harriet Tubman or Crispus Attucks and stuff like that. It talks about each time period in American history and how these founders played a role in each time period. So it's really like a story, which I thought is like pretty dope. So I'm gonna get around to reading that after my book. And these books right here, Black Boy and Native Son by Richard Wright. These books I haven't read, but they have been in my house and I'm going to read them because I want to expand in my knowledge of certain things. Because normally the books, like I said, the books that I read is on business and it's on like self-development. I think I can be more equipped. I have educated myself when it came to Black history through travel and through experiences. I just think that it's time to, dust things off and regroup. Especially now, 2020, I feel like it's a rebirth of things. So I just want to share my journey. So on that note, I appreciate you guys for watching and I will see you guys in the next video.